Hi. I've had more than a few video emails, I should say, from people asking me about, to keep a video diary or a video log or something like that, about what's going on with the farm and stuff like that. So I thought I'll give it a go. To be honest, I don't know what I haven't got a script set up or anything like that to talk about, and me talking about myself and what's going on with the farm seems a bit self-indulgent. So I don't really know. I guess it's winter here now. I'm in Victoria. I'm in Australia, of course. And I'm just coming up to a few more months. It'll be 4 years that I've actually been up here. So I left the city 4 years ago. Left the office in the city 4 years ago. It was just one of those things. I just, got to a point where I didn't know what I was doing, and I'd had enough of suits and ties, and it all kind of dawned on me one day. I was in my bathroom and I looked down and I had a look. I was just grabbed some aftershave to put on, and I looked and I just kind of realised I had so many there, and I quickly added it all up, and there was like 2 grand's worth of aftershave sitting there, and I thought, is this my life? I'm aftershave and ties and going to bars, and I don't know, it just didn't seem appropriate. And I guess as time kind of went on, the universe, I don't want to sound all, wow man and whatever, but the universe has a way of kind of laying things out for you sometimes, especially when you're kind of looking for a different path. And I'd met a few people who answered the questions that I had in myself, and I happened to come across books and even a few TV shows and documentaries and stuff like that that kind of were talking about what I was kind of feeling inside about moving to the country and stuff like that. And it just seemed like a logical progression to me, that I realised that every weekend I was driving out into the country, and just took the step, and I just kind of dove in feet first, really. It's been pretty, I don't want to say it's been hard and stuff like that. In one sense, it has, but I've got a roof over my head, and I've got food, and I've got a family and stuff like that, so nothing's really hard, is it, if you've got those kind of things, and I've got friends and stuff. So I can't whinge or complain. Everyone has issues and problems and stuff like that, but generally things are pretty good. And yeah, I just left. The only, I guess one thing I wanted to kind of get across is there are a lot of people that are wanting to get to the, move to the country, that kind of tree change, as they've coined it. You've got to take a lot of things into consideration, my friends and family are 100 kilometres, more than 100 k's away, so I can't just drop in to see them or anything. Admittedly, it's only an hour or so away, but you've got to take things like that into consideration as well, and work and stuff like that. I'm still commuting a lot, which is driving me nuts. But hopefully, I'm trying to put it out there so something will come back as far as that kind of thing goes. But it's winter here now, so I'm sure you've seen with the video, the lambs are here now, so the lambs are starting to come in. The farms around me, I haven't seen any yet, so mine are only really early, so I don't know what's going on. Things are slowing down a lot. Obviously in winter the sun's lower, so the positioning of things which you've got to take into account with vegetable gardens and stuff, production's kind of slow. There's no flies this time of year. The best thing about winter, I like winter anyway, best thing about winter is there's no flies. You can leave the door open, you don't have to worry about it. And walking outside, you don't have that forefront thought of, is there a snake? Because we do get a lot of snakes around here, brown snakes and tiger snakes and stuff like that. So it's not so, I can walk around in sandals and stuff relatively safely. But things are kind of happening. The bathroom's still going on, stuff like that. Like I said at the start, I didn't really know what I was going to kind of talk about. It's been a big move moving out here, and all that kind of stuff. And winter, like I said, things have slowed down. I'm finding that I have to buy feed for the sheep because the grass isn't growing and stuff like that, so that's kind of hard. The mortgage and bills and stuff after I pay all that stuff off every week, it doesn't really leave much for anything else, so I've got the time to kind of do things like, that's why the bathroom's dragged on for so long. I think it's just a money issue more than anything else. You just kind of got to do things as you go along. Especially if you're by yourself and you're paying off a mortgage and stuff like that, it may be a little bit more difficult than when you've got two incomes. But that's kind of going on. And that's basically it. Oh, and the car's knackered. So I'm going to have to buy a new car sometime relatively soon. So that's a bit of an issue. But the sun's out. It's a nice day. The sun's out, it's nice. It's a nice day. I'm looking outside, I can see the lamb running around, and you know, everything's pretty good really. This time of year it's just, you know, everything kind of slows down a little bit. Spring's the most optimum time, I guess, and then you've got different things with different seasons. Like I said, I didn't really know what I was going to be talking about. People wanted to kind of have a video log or a video diary of what's going on with me and the farm and stuff like that. So this is very probably A, boring, B, non-informative, and C, blasé, I guess, about what I'm going to be talking about. But if people want me to keep doing video diaries and stuff like that about what's going on, let me know. That's cool. I love getting emails from people. It's always great. You always meet a lot of cool people all over the world. So let us know if there's any particular topics you want me to kind of touch on, if there's people out there who are thinking of moving to the country, or you know, trying to build up their self-sufficiency a little bit more, leaving the rat race, all that kind of stuff. So give me a yell and I'll go over it and try and touch on my experiences with it as well, with what's been going on. It's been a real roller coaster the last 4 years. Like I said, I had no idea. I bought an old house. My house was built in 1890, and I had no idea at all about homes. Like, that's you could do a whole video channel and millions of videos on renovations and stuff like that, of course. But I had no idea. So I've had there's, you know, termites and mice and what else? Termites was the worst. Oh god, that was a nightmare. The asbestos was in the house. That had to get removed. Different animals and rabbits, and a fox got in the house once. And when I had no floor, I remember when I had no floor, when I was re-stumping a couple of the rooms, it was so, like during winter when we were doing it, because monetary things, it took a while to get the cash to put the floor down and stuff, where I'm sitting right now. So for months I would get up every morning and the house would have fog inside. Which is hilarious. You come out to the kitchen like, I just want to put the kettle on. Where is it? And the taps freeze sometimes in winter and burst and whatever. But yeah, apart from all that, it's really good. But any questions or anything like that in particular, like I've done it and moved to the country and started trying to embrace that kind of self-sufficiency experiment type of thing with my life. So if anyone's wanting to do that or thinking of doing that, have any questions, queries, stuff like that, if I can answer them, I'm really more than happy to do so. And the same goes too, if you've kind of had things happen to you, if you've done the same thing and whatever, let me know, because I like that whole kind of circle process of, you know, communication and talking and learning and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I'll get some stuff from you guys, so the next video diary entry will be a lot more interesting than this one. But let me know. Alright, cool. I'll see you soon.